So today we're going to talk about fractions. We're going to talk about fraction basics, and then we're going to apply that knowledge to adding and subtracting fractions. So we're going to talk about this because fractions affect every aspect of our lives, from how we talk about money to when we decide how we're going to split up a pie of pizza with our friends. So in order to talk about fractions, we have to see what makes up a fraction. So we start off with a line that separates our numerator from our denominator. So our numerator represents the parts given of what we're talking about. And then the denominator represents the whole of everything we're talking about. So if someone has ever told you that that'll be $1/4 of a dollar, numerically that looks like 1/4 of a dollar. And so we have a 1 in the numerator right here because it's 1/4 of a dollar, and 4 quarters make up the total of a dollar, which is why there's a 4 in the denominator. So if you're ever talking about something where there aren't 4 parts of a whole, then the denominator is going to look a little different. So now we're going to apply this to our knowledge of adding and subtracting. So over here we have a piece of pizza, and let's pretend these are all even pieces. So we have 8 total. So if I eat 1 slice of pizza, and I'm going to shade that in right here, then how many pieces of pizza have I eaten represented in a fraction? So remember, we're going to start off with our line right over here, and I've eaten 1 of the 8 pieces. So what am I going to put in our numerator? 1. Exactly. And what am I going to put in our denominator? Remember, it's the whole of what we're talking about. 8. Okay, perfect. So now, let's say my friend McKay eats 2 slices of pizza, and I'm going to fill that in right over here. So the parts given are 2, so we're going to put 2 in our, well, first we're going to have our line right here, and we're going to put 2 in our numerator, and then what am I going to put in the denominator? 8. Why?
Because it's the whole of the pizza.
Exactly. So we're going to put 8 right here. And if I want to see how many pieces of pizza McKay and I have eaten total, then we're going to add these right here. So the first step in adding or subtracting fractions is we're going to look at our denominators and make sure that they're the same. So both of these are 8. So under our line, we're going to put 8. And then over here, we have to just add our numerators. So we're going to do 1 plus 2. And so to get our total number, remember we have our 8 over here. And what's 1 plus 2? 3. Exactly. So we're going to put 3 in our denominator. And this is how many, the fraction of how many pieces of pizza McKay and I have eaten together. But if we want to see how many pieces of pizza are left so we can share with the rest of our friends, then we have to do some subtraction. So we're going to start off with our line right here. And we still have 8 total pieces of pizza, so we're going to put 8 in the denominator. And we have 8 total parts that we can mess with to see pieces of pizza McKay and I have eaten and to see how many are left. So we have 8 as our numerator. And then I'm going to put a subtraction sign right over here. And we're going to subtract the 3 pieces that McKay and I ate. And then who can tell me what's going to go in our denominator? 8. Why?
Because it's still the whole number of pizzas you started out with.
Exactly. And so the first step is we have to look at our denominators and see if they're the same, and they are. So under our line, we're still going to put our 8. And then on top, we're just going to do 8 minus 3 to find out how many pieces of pizza we can share with the rest of our friends. So 8 minus 3 is?
5.
Exactly. And then what goes in my denominator?
8.
Exactly. So now, McKay and I have 5 out of the 8 slices of pizza that we can share with our friends.